Hello participants, I would discuss introduction to Google Collaborative. In short, we call it Google Colab. That is the platform where we will write all the Python code. So what we have seen in previous lecture, I introduced you Python in last class. You have seen features of Python. There are several features of Python, like it is object-oriented programming, very simple programming, provides a very simple way of writing code, and so on. So we have seen some of the features of Python. Then I discussed integrated development environment, IDE and editors, and you have seen one of the editor, that is IDLE. Whenever you install Python, so it will automatically be downloaded, and you need to install it. Next IDE that we have seen was the Jupyter Notebook, and the last one was the Google Colab. As far as your course is concerned, we will be using Google Colab for all the data science activities. Apart from Google Colab, for small projects and small programs, you can use IDLE as well. Then we have seen how to run a Python code using IDLE. You are having two different options. Either you can interact with the shell directly, or you can write a separate Python file where you will be having Python codes. Then very briefly, I introduce you the advanced libraries that we will be using for our data science activities, and that was NumPy, Pandas, Scikit-learn, Matplotlib, Seaborn, so and several more. So we will be looking on all these aspects in detail later on weeks. In today's lecture, we will discuss Google Colab. I will introduce you Google Colab in this class. Then you will see features of Google Colab. It provides you very different type of features that you can use while doing your program. We will see how to write datasets in Google Colab. How to read datasets in Google Colab. As far as reading datasets is concerned, so you are having different ways through which you can import your dataset, or you could say you can read your dataset. Directly importing dataset from a open dataset repositories such as Kaggle. The other way is downloading the dataset from any dataset repository and uploading it to dataset, uploading that dataset to Google Colab, and that would be session wise. Once your session is stopped, your dataset will be lost. And the third one is read directly through Google Drive. It means first you need to download the dataset and upload it to Google Drive. Then we can directly interact with the Google Drive using Google Colab. So in that case, you need to mount your Google Drive. Mounting Google Drive, it means since you are having two different platforms, although both belongs to Google, the one platform is Google Colab and the another one is Google Drive. So to read Google Drive files or to write Google Drive files, you need to mount the Google Drive. And how we can mount Google Drive, that we'll see in today's lecture. Then we will see how to read GitHub project in Google Colab. So we used to upload the open project on GitHub. You will observe several projects are there on GitHub. So GitHub also provides you to directly interact via the Google Colab. So you can connect your GitHub project directly through Google Colab. That we'll see in today's lecture. Now I am going to introduce you Google Colab. So Google Colab is a cloud-based Jupyter Notebook environment from Google Research. So you have seen Jupyter Notebook in last class. So that same Jupyter Notebook is, I would say, the backbone of Google Colab as far as writing Python code is concerned. Jupyter is the open source project on which Colab is based. Colab or Collaboratory allows to write and execute Python in browser. So you need to have internet connectivity, and you will open Google Colab. So it will give you Jupyter Notebook where you can write code and execute. You may execute your code. Colab helps us get started with our data science journey with almost no setup. It is very interesting fact that you need not to set up any Python libraries. If you are performing data science activities on IDLE or another platform, so you have to download different Python libraries, and that need to be installed. But as far as Google Colab is concerned, almost all the data science libraries, or you could say machine science libraries or AI libraries are available there. You need not to install any library. But there are certain cases if there is a need of installing certain Python based libraries. So options are there, and we'll see how can we install certain Python library on Google Colab. So what are the advantages of Google Colab? Pre-installed data science library, as I told you, all the data science libraries, you name it, whether it is NumPy, Pandas, Scikit-learn, Matplotlib, or Seaborn. So all are pre-installed. Easy sharing and collaboration. So it provides you sharing and collaboration. There are certain options in Google Colab. So once you have written a code on Google Colab, that can be shared to different team members, and there are certain options. Either you can share it with view option only, or you can share it with edit option only. Even you can make some person owner as an owner of that Google Colab file. Then it provides you seamless integration with GitHub as well. We will see in today's lecture how can we integrate Google Colab and GitHub. Working with data from various sources, right? So you can connect Kaggle dataset directly from Google Colab. Similarly, it provides you seamless integration with Kaggle datasets. So I was talking about the Kaggle dataset. So Kaggle dataset actually provides you a huge amount of datasets. Automatic storage and version control. So once you write a code on Google Colab using the Jupyter Notebook, so as soon as you write the code and execute it, it would automatically store. So you need not to store again and again. So it is the responsibility of Google Colab to storing all the files. Similarly, it automatically control the version of Python as well. So all these activities are performed by Google Colab only. There are options to access hardware accelerators such as graphical processing units and tensor processing units. So you can switch to GPUs and TPUs according to your problems. So Google Colab notebooks are stored in Google Colab. So once you will write the certain Python code on Google notebook, that is the Jupyter Notebook. So automatically it would be stored in Google Drive. It can be shared similar to Google Docs or Sheets. So as you are sharing Google Docs or Sheets, and in the same fashion, we can share Google Colab file as well. Click on share button present at the top right of any Colab notebook. So you will see there is a share button at top right, and using that option you can share your notebook. Very soon we'll see how can we share the notebook. Mounting Google Drive on Colab allows any code in your notebook to access any file in your Google Drive. So mounting is actually the process through which you can connect Google Drive, because Google Drive is a separate entity as a Google Colab, right? So Google Drive and Google Colab are two different entities, and that both belongs to Google. So if you want to read file that is present at Google Drive, so you need to mount your Google Drive. So we will see how can we perform the mounting activity. So Google Colab Notebook. So Google Colab Notebook is a collection of cells. We'll see once you will open a Google Colab Notebook. So you will see different cells, and you can add several cells in a single notebook. And the beauty with the cells is it can be executed one by one, or as a whole it can be executed at once. There are certain options. Even you can bypass a single cell. So single cell is something where you are writing certain codes and you want to execute that portion of code only. That feature is not available in some other programming language or platform. Like you are writing code in C, C++, Java. So once you have written the code and you want to execute certain portion only, right? So what you need to do in those cases, you need to comment out other statement and then execute it. But that is not the case with Google Colab Notebook. It provides you very innovative way of executing portion of the code that we'll see. So what is cell? Cells contain either explanatory text. Explanatory text, it means it provides you to write certain instructions, right? Or you could say certain comments that will be helpful to understand the code. So it provides you explanatory text or executable code and its output. So cell contains these three: explanatory text or executable code, and once you execute your code, you will get the output. So this is the whole portion of cells. Once the toolbar button indicates connected, so you need to connect the processor first, right? So there is an option at top right, where you will see option to connect. So once you will click on connect, then the content on your cell, the statement that you have written on your cell, can be executed. Now getting started with Google Colab. To start with Google Colab, first you need to log into your Google account. So obviously you need to have an account on Google where you can write Python code. So before using, you need to first log into your Google account. Then go to this particular link, that is colab.research.google.com. Once you have signed into Colab, you can create a new notebook. That notebook is actually Jupyter Notebook by clicking on File, New Notebook. So you will see very soon I will show you how you can open a new notebook. I have made this PPT so that you can utilize this, to directly go through the features of Google Colab. On creating a new notebook, it will create a Jupyter Notebook with untitled.ipynb. It means it will give you a default name, and later on you can rename it according to your own choice. And Google Colab file has extension with ipynb. So whatever the Google Colab files are there, that would be in the form of .ipynb. And once you write the code and execute it, so automatically it will be stored. Although it is automatically stored once you execute it, but there is option you can save it intentionally. I mean, you can click the save option to store it. Google Colab allows you to write Python code as well as text. So both the options are there. So why we are writing text? As I told you, to understand the whole Python code. So you are actually guiding the programmers to use, guiding the programmers to understand the whole program, right? Suppose you have written your Python code on Google Colab and someone else is reading your code. So that Google text would help them to understand the whole Python code. So working with data from various sources, how it provides, how Google Colab provides you to access the data set. So first you need to load data from your local machine. Suppose your data set is at your local machine. Mounting, so you need to mount your Google Drive to Colab instance. So there is an option, either your data set is at local machine or your data set is at Google Drive, or your data set could be directly accessed on from Kaggle data set. How can we access to computer hardware accelerators, that is GPUs and TPUs? So there is an option, go to runtime and click change runtime. So you will observe at top right, you will see that option. Here you can select the hardware accelerators. If you want to access premium GPUs, obviously you need to purchase that option according to the pricing of Google. You can also manage sessions by accessing runtime. You might run different session on a single account, and using your utilizing one session, you can close the other session as well, and you can terminate the other session if need arises. So there is an option to manage session as well. And now we'll see what are the different activities that we have seen till now. I'm just trying to open Google Colab, and there we will see different options that we have discussed. Let me open the Google Colab. So you can see here, I have opened Google Colab here. This is my account, and to write any code, first I will go to a new notebook, and then a new instance will be created. It is being created here. It is being loaded here. So a file will be opened. So it has opened a file, and I can write any code here. And you can see here, a default name has been given, right? Untitled 9. Since I have opened several files, so it has given me Untitled 9. If you would be opening a very first Jupyter notebook, so it will give you Untitled 0. Right? I can name it. I can name it like lecture 4. So I can store it. So this is being stored on Google Drive, and there are certain options I can write. Just let me write a very simple code here. Like let's say A is equal to 30 and B is equal to 50, and like some I'm adding these two. So actually this is called cell. You can see here. I can create several cell. If you need to create a cell again, just either you can add code cell or text cell, right? So suppose I'm adding code cell. So it has created one more cell. Suppose I need to create text cell. I want to write something. And even you can make this cell up and down depending on your requirement. So I'm making this cell up. I mean this text cell. First, let me write text. Very first Python program, right? So I've written this one, and so here is the text, very first Python program, right? And in the next cell, I have created one more code cell, and I am printing here print s. So at very first cell, I have declared the variable, and I'm adding these two variables and storing into a separate variable, that is s. So let me execute this one. So this is the option to execute. I'm executing this one. So it is executing. First, it would connect to the environment, and it would take some time. After that, it will be automatically executed. Meanwhile, we can see other. Okay, it has already been connected. So let me execute it. So it has been executed, and it has taken 1 second. And in the next cell, I have try to print the value of s. So again, I will click this one. So this is the beauty of Google Colab. It gives you, you can write you can actually divide your code into different cells, and each cell can be executed separately. So this is the option available in Google Colab. Now you can see here, if you want to change your processing unit, so you can see here there is an option change the runtime, and here you are having different options: CPU, GPU, T4 GPU, and TPU. So there are several options. Even it provides you to purchase additional compute units. Suppose I am selecting TPU, so it will give me this option that changing runtime attributes may terminate your current session. So I'm not going to terminate the current session. So you can use TPU as well if you need, and situation arises that you need to use GPU or TPU. So you can directly move to these options. I'm just cancelling it out, and there is one option. Suppose I'm creating some more notebook, right? I'm just creating one more notebook, and actually I want to show you how we can disconnect one session so that if suppose we are in one Jupyter notebook file, right? So from here you can disconnect the other session as well. Let me connect the second notebook. So here it is connecting. Once it would be connected, I would write something here, right? So it has been connected here. So print hello world, right? So let me execute this one. Now from the very first session, let me go to the runtime and manage sessions. So here you will see the option. So I can terminate other session. There are 3 sessions which is currently active right now. So I can disconnect the one that I want to disconnect, right? So these are the option, terminate other sessions. Now now we'll see how can we load data from some open repository. Let me open first Kaggle. I will explain what is Kaggle and how to use it. But let me first access one data set here. I am trying to access one data set of PIMA Indian diabetes. I am trying to access one data set so that I can use to show you how we can access a data set from local machine. It is being uploading here. Sorry, it is searching the PIMA Indian diabetes data set. So it has open here, it has such that data set. Now let me open this one. Now you can see here there is an option download, right? I'm downloading that P-Mandian diabetes dataset. It has downloaded the dataset here. Let me open this one. Extract all. Extract. So it has extracted. Let me copy this one. Yes, it has extracted the dataset. Now I would, in this session, I will upload my dataset. You can see here there is an option file, right? As of now, there is no such data set. I will upload this one. There are certain options here, right? Upload to session storage. Session storage, it means this at this particular session, I'm opening. Once I am opening a Google Jupyter notebook, it gives me a session. So for this session only, it will upload the data set. So here here I have uploaded. It gives me a warning that ensure that your file is saved elsewhere. This runtime files will be deleted when this runtime is terminated. So this is important. Once this runtime will be terminated, either you log off from your session or you intentionally terminate the session. So it will be terminated. Let me press this one, okay. And it is being uploading that data set. You can see here disk and let me see, it has, yes, it has uploaded that data set. Yes, you can see, and just let me double click it, and you can see what are the different records and what are the different parameters of this particular diabetes data set. It is being open here. So there are very, it is providing you several options through which you can interact with the data set. It has opened that database. You can see here, these are certain parameters, pregnancy, glucose, and what is this? I will discuss because we will be using diabetes data set throughout the lecture. So here you can write the code to access the data set. Then we'll see certain other options as well. How to import Kaggle dataset and how to interact with the GitHub. Let me come to the PPT now. So we have seen how can we use Google Colab, right? So there are several facilities and features available in Google Colab. Now we'll see how can we read Kaggle dataset. So there are different options available in Google Colab through which you can read a dataset, Kaggle dataset. So the very first one is importing Kaggle dataset into Colab, right? So first you need to open your Google Colab notebook, download and install the required packages. So here you need to install a package using the pip command. And the package is open dataset. And then finally, once you install this package to your Google Colab, then visit to Kaggle website and go to your profile. Then in that profile, you will find an option in your account option. You will find API section. So API is actually application programming interface. So here you need to create new API token. So what it actually contains? It contains username and token. So once you will connect to the Kaggle. Suppose you are accessing a dataset that is available on Kaggle. So first you need to provide name and token that is available there on Kaggle dataset. Then you need to import the open dataset library and download your Kaggle dataset by pasting these information, actually username and token. So that need to be there. So we'll see how can we access Kaggle dataset. Suppose I am accessing California housing price. There is a data set that is there in Google, in Kaggle repository. So if you want to access any data set, first you need to install open dataset package in your Google Colab environment. Then visit the Kaggle, and there you need to find out the API token, and in that you will get the in that API token you will get the username and token, and that need to be provided in Google Colab. So now we'll see how can we connect to this option. Let me go to the Google Colab. So now I am in Google Colab. So first I need to perform, I need to install open dataset. So what I will write here, pip install open data sets, right, and then execute it. So it is being executed, and you can see here. So there are several packages it has installed. So now it has been successfully installed. Now I am going to Kaggle dataset, right? So this is the Kaggle dataset. Let's say I'm accessing PMIND and diabetes dataset. So first, what I will do, I will go to my profile, and there I will access the API token. So now you can see here this particular option, account. Just press this account, and you can get here API, right? Create new token. Suppose you have there are two options: create new token and expire token. Suppose you have already created new token, and suppose 2 or 3 days back or previously you have created new token, right, and you want to expire that token, so you can click this option. Let me press this one, expire token. So since there are certain token that I have created previously, so it has been deleted now. Now I need to create new token. So I will press this option, and you can see here it has given me a new token. Let me open this one. Okay, and here you can see username and key. So I need to provide these two to use to access my let me open this one. Yes, to access this PMIND and diabetes dataset. Now I will come to Google Colab and will try to access the dataset. So first I will write since I have already installed dataset, right? So I will import open datasets as I'm creating alias od, and then import pandas as pt, and I will write od dot download, and here I will provide the link of the data set. This is the link actually. Let me come to the link first, where we can get the data set. So yes, I was accessing the PMIND and diabetes data set. Let me again search that data set. It is not being searched here. So here it is the PMIND and diabetes data set. So I will copy this one and will come to the Google Colab. Yes, this one, and yes, it has copied. So double quote it, include this path in double quote, include this one in double quote, and execute this one. Invalid syntax. Import pandas as, sorry, let me close this one. There is no need of pandas. I'm not going to show you the dataset. Just I will download it. Okay. Oh, sorry, this is not Java or C. It is actually Python, right? So sorry for that. I need to write this one. Actually, it should be pandas as PD. Then only it would work. Now I'm executing this one. So here it needs a username and password. So where it is, I have already opened that one in a particular file. Let me show you where that file is. So yes, this is the username, and I will copy this one and will provide here. Yes, where it is. Yes, here. So let me execute this one. No, it is asking username. So let me provide the username. Yes, and then press enter. Now it is asking for key. So key is this one. Now I provided username and password. Now it has downloaded that dataset, and that dataset would be there in a particular session only. Yes, you can see here. This is the dataset, diabetes.csv. Not yes, this particular dataset. So it has installed this one, this particular dataset, right? So it has downloaded the dataset and included in that session. Similarly, if you want to download other datasets, so in the same fashion, so just you need to change the this particular path. So in this way, you can download the dataset. So thanking you for joining this lecture. We'll again meet in next lecture.